Welcome to the Pigskin Report. I'm John Williams, and joining me this evening is Morgan Smith from Texarkana Game Day. Glad to have you in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Hey, before we look at tonight's games and make some predictions, we need to kind of look back on what happened last week in high school football. Of course, Arkansas High had their second consecutive bye week following that loss to Texas High. And we'll talk about them in the second segment. But let's talk about the teams that did play last week. And we'll start out with the Tigers. Now, Texas High played a very tough Kilgore team, and they pulled away in the end to win 30-14. And that star running back they got, Tracy Cooper, he had another big night, almost 250.
He's averaging on the season like 8 yards a carry. A lot of running backs run sideline to sideline. Not Tracy. He gets straight downfield. He attacks those defensive backs. Offensive line played great. But this Texas High team, they're giving up under 20 points a game. You take that first game out of there, and they're giving up, I think, 12 points a football game. But they're playing really, really good defense right now, which you know how that goes. The offense is on the field quite a bit more, but man, Tracy's making the most of it.
Yeah, the offense will get the glory kind of, but the defense is a lot of times what wins you the game. And as you mentioned, Texas High defense is stuffing everybody, and that gives the offense a chance to get out there with Tracy Cooper and Ryan Sellers and kind of show off the talent. And that's what they've been doing. They had a pair of receivers. I was looking at the stats from last week. They had two different receivers who caught 2 touchdown passes each from Ryan Sellers.
Man, I'm telling you, Texas High is strong at every single position. You know, they have the Memphis commit at wide receiver. Name's eluding me right this second, but, extremely good athlete. I mean, it's highlight after highlight with every catch. And
the Tigers, they went down to Kilgore, and I kind of thought it was going to be a fairly close game, but Texas High would pull it out. But 30-14 is not really fairly close.
They pulled out late. I almost predicted that exact score too. So, it wasn't anything any of us should have been surprised about. Texas High is playing great football right now, and Kilgore just, like we said pregame last week, they hadn't seen a team in the caliber of Texas High.
With the talent that Coach has got over, Sanford's got over there right now. Let's go to Liberty Ilo. Now, they went on the road to take on their longtime nemesis, the Atlanta Rabbits, and it turned out to be a thriller. 41-38 with that last-second field goal by the Rabbits. Rabbits had a big lead, but the Leopards roared back.
Oh, man, it was 38-13. It says a lot about this coaching staff that, this team, it would have been real easy to quit. Mm-hmm. They didn't give up, fought all the way back. And if you watch it, it's not like the ball just rolled their way. Like, they fought back. I mean, they had some big plays to get them back in that game. It's a little heartbreaking to lose on a 42-yard field goal that hits the uprights. Right. But shout out to that kicker. That's a big kick for high school football.
Absolutely.
But Liberty Ilo, we said it last week. This will be a good test on where they're at a football team. And Atlanta is a top 4 football team in the state of Texas in 3A Division I. So, that's just, 300 students below LE, I believe. Right. LE's a good football team. I'm telling you, wait till district. I'm calling this now. LE's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they will get rolling as the season goes along. Yeah. They're going through that tough non-conference, but they'll get rolling.
Oh, yeah.
And that quarterback is starting to get a little confidence out there, Shannon Roy.
Yeah.
He's starting to get a little confidence, and that's all it takes, really.
I think Coach King, he has, 4 weeks of film underneath his belt now. He understands his athletes, their attributes a little bit more than he probably did when he showed up, and he's getting them in open space. And, it's just they have a really, really couple tough weeks, but when they get to district and then get into the playoffs, and I'm telling you, Liberty Ilo is going to make the playoffs, it will be easier in the playoffs than the schedule they're playing.
Probably be somebody you don't want to play.
Yeah.
Lastly, the number 1 ranked Pleasant Grove Hawks avenged one of their few losses over the past couple of years to Gladewater and went down there and just absolutely destroyed them 45-0.
Yeah, so we were at that game, and I'm telling you, it was worse than the scoreboard showed.
Really?
I mean, it was just utter domination. I mean, Gladewater could get nothing going on offense. The only thing they had working was a slant route that they kept running, but, you got to give them something. I don't know what their total yardage was that game. It could have been much.
Well, I know that Bruce Garrett had another big night. I was looking at his stats, about 100, almost 150 yards, couple of scores. And then Sergio Rodriguez had a pick 6.
Sergio Rodriguez is probably the sleeper of the. When I went in, you wouldn't just walk in a room and say that's the guy. Mm-hmm. But man, this Pleasant Grove Hawk team needs Sergio. I mean, it's after watching them a few weeks, Sergio plays a big part in their success.
And I noticed that the Hawks did get some good news this week. Jamie Lewis went down with a knee injury, but they say it is not as bad as they feared, and that he should be back for sure, probably by the end of October, but it's not going to be anywhere near as long as we feared.
Man, that's great news.
Yeah, that is really good news. They were worried about the ACL. It wasn't the ACL. It was an MCL issue. They did some treatment on it, and the coach said several weeks that it might be a little more than that, but he might have been being optimistic. But it looks like he'll be back by at least the end of October, so that's great news for them.
Yeah.
But the Hawks took care of business, 45-0. All right, we are back on the Pigskin Report. I'm John. This is Morgan Smith with me from Texarkana Game Day, and it's time to look at tonight's games. And we'll start out with Arkansas High hosting Magnolia in the conference opener for the Hogs. The Panthers appear to be much improved over what they were last year. They've got a 2-1 mark. They won 2 of the first 3 games. They were off last week too. But their new coach is Mark King, and he happened to be the guy that guided Foreman to a state championship at their level just a couple of years ago. And he's got these guys playing hard. So I look for this to be a closer than it was last year. Last year, Arkansas just obliterated Magnolia, but I think Coach King is going to get the Panthers in the game this week. And look for a whole lot of running from them. He is a running team. This team is it's going to be fun to watch, I think, as far as who's got the ball.
Yeah.
You're going to have to keep up with it hard, see who's got the ball, kind of a little of that going on. I think the key for Arkansas High will be get out ahead.
Yeah, they do have to jump out quick. You know, they've had 2 weeks. I think they're probably working on touch with the quarterback, which they needed to do. You know, we watched them with the Texas High game. Texas High is a really good football team. It'll be. It would be very difficult for me to say Coach Norton, probably won't be the best football coach on the field tonight. I don't know the other football coach. I'm sure he's great, but just from what I know about Coach Norton winning state championships in the state of Texas, he's going to take this Arkansas program, further than probably a lot of people, expect.
Well, I think that, the getting out in front, it will be a good thing because Magnolia does run the ball so much, and they're not equipped really to pass it.
Yeah.
So you get them behind, you're going to have a hard time to catch up. And I did talk to one of the Arkansas High offensive coaches, the assistant coaches, when they came off the field from that Texas High game. And he said, John, one of the main things we're going to be working on over the next 2 weeks while we have off time is the touch and the timing with our quarterback and receivers. Braylon Bishop, great high school baseball pitcher. He's going to go big as far as college is concerned. They just got to get a little touch going with that big cannon of an arm he's got. And I think that's what they've been working on the past 2 weeks. So we'll see how it turns out. I look for the Razorbacks to win this game tonight. I don't know by how much. I don't think it's going to be as much as it was last year, but I think they will pull away and win.
I want to see the changes they've kind of made in their offense because they didn't look real explosive against Texas High.
Right. But
you look on paper, they have the athletes.
Yeah, I think the problem was the touch and with the receivers. They got a good running back with Torrey Blair. I think they probably have got that worked out. So go with Arkansas High on that one tonight because their defense played pretty good against both Liberty Ilo and Texas High. Now Texas High plays at John Tyler. And the Lions are uncharacteristically 0-4. I mean, usually that's a really good football team down there in Tyler.
Well, I'll tell you this. You can say Liberty Ilo is 0-4, and I'm telling you they're going to make the playoffs. John Tyler always has athletes. They have University of Texas commit playing. He's basically an athlete playing running back and playing at safety as well. They have another D1 player that plays a big role in that team. They just haven't figured out a way to play together. If you watch them on national television against Longview, man, they did not look like a good football team. One thing they did have is athletes at every position. I think Texas High is going to be way too much. This is a young team on the Texas High side, but Coach Stanford, they just play so well together. And, that really, really matters in high school football.
Yeah, and I think, now I could be wrong, I think John Tyler is the team that is down a little bit as far as their numbers are concerned this year, as far as actual football players on the team.
This is true.
And that may be affecting their outcome.
I could be mistaken. Don't quote me, but I've been told by 2 different people they have under 30 varsity football players on 5A football team.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So the numbers are going to stack up against them with Texas High being able to.
Grades came out this week also, so it may even be lower.
All right, so there you go. So Texas High, we feel that they'll go down there and take care of business tonight. And, of course, Liberty Ilo continues their tough schedule. That's okay. Woo-hoo! Had something fall off the wall over there, but it's all right. Liberty Ilo continues their tough schedule against Argyle in Sulphur Springs tonight.
You know, can't speak for Coach King. You go out to win every football game. This is going to be a very difficult game for them to win. If I were the head football coach, I'd try to come out of there injury-free. You know, it's a learning. You want to get as much experience for these players as possible because they, in the next few years, are going to be a major problem in the state of Texas. But, you know, realistically right now, come out of there injury-free. They have Pregame next week, who's, you know, the number 3 ranked team. Try to just come out of that. Try to come out fresh for district, get experience. You know, I wish every team in this area the best, but you know,
I know it's going to be tough for Ellie tonight. I think Shannon Roy, their quarterback, will continue to improve. And excuse me, I think it could be a closer game than what everybody's thinking. But Argyle probably is going to pull out the victory. At least that is what should happen tonight.
Oh, it'd be the greatest upset ever.
Yeah, it would be a big upset if LA could pull that one out. And finally, Pleasant Grove travels to Tyler as well to take on Tyler Chapel Hill. Now, Tyler Chapel Hill has been putting up some big numbers on the scoreboard from what I've seen, so I don't anticipate them getting shut out like Gladewater last week.
Yeah, they're averaging over 50 points a football game, so they're obviously doing something. But, you know, you bring the number 1 team in the state to town, of course they're going to be up to it, and that's probably going to give them 7 to 10 points. Just being so hyped to have a team of that caliber come to town. But, man, I hope the starters are out by third quarter.
You know things are going good if that's the case.
Well, I mean, you know, with Carthage coming in town next week, that is a game everybody's really excited about. I'm hoping they can just put the pedal to the metal on this game, get it out of the way early. You know, but you know, the thing with Chapel Hill, you know, if you're a football coach and you know they're capable of scoring 60 points a game because they're averaging over 50, you know, when do you feel safe about that? You know what I mean? Because at the 4A level, you don't have just tons of backups, you know, like you would in 5A. A lot of these players play both ways.
Yes.
So, you know, they have great coaching staff. They'll make the right decisions. I just hope they come out injury-free, ready for Carthage, and Chapel Hill, I don't think there's a way they can beat.
Yeah, I don't think Chapel Hill defense will be able to stop Ben Harmon or Bruce Garrett or anybody else on the offense.
Oh yeah, I can tell you they're not going to score 50 points. Just sheer fact. They'll you know, Pleasant Grove's going to control the clock.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. And I'm having a feeling like I did a couple of weeks ago when I said Ben Harmon was going to have a big night passing. I think he will have a big night passing tonight.
Well, we'll see. You know, it depends on
first half anyway.
It depends on what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, do they want to pass? Or do they feel so confident that they're just going to kind of hold back a little bit and save everything for this Carthage game? You know, that's the way I would be thinking because I don't think, you know, anybody in Division II is going to stop their running game.
It'll be an interesting game, and as you say, make sure that they don't overlook Tyler Chapel Hill looking ahead to that huge matchup next week against Carthage. But anyway, that's kind of the way we look at it, the way we think it's going to go tonight. Hopefully, all the teams will play injury-free tonight. We want to have good games, and I just urge you, if you have a favorite high school football team, get out and support that team. Go out and go to their games tonight. And we want to say good luck to all the area teams. And, of course, it's not just the teams. It's the cheerleaders, the band, the drill team, the flag corps, all the people associated with the game.
Randomly, shout out to DCAP.
Yes.
Beating Dangerfield, first time since like 1969, and not just beating them, I mean handed it to them.
Yeah, that shows that you're really good in DCAP, and because Dangerfield's been good for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations to the Bears, and thank you, Morgan Smith, for coming in and being with us today.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, join us again next Friday afternoon right here for the Pigskin Report on 103.9, 98.5, mypigradio.com.
Ohio Stadium. I got JW to my left, Craig Jenkins. Thanks, Tony Lane. Good to see you guys again. We're in week 5 already.
Yes, sir.
Man, Arkansas High's been off a couple of weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, it's just week 3 for them. They've been off for 2 weeks in a row, and I've never heard of that before happening.
Well, Coach Norton said he couldn't find anybody playing.
Yeah, that's true. Being down here, being the size that they are, it's hard to find somebody to play them. So they had 2 weeks off. Magnolia had a week off, so everybody ought to be prepared.
Yeah, well, So Magnolia's got a pretty strong running game, from what I've been told.
That is what they do, is run. From what I understand, they run almost exclusively. So, if Arkansas High can stuff the run, they're going to be in a little bit of hot water there as far as Magnolia is concerned. If Arkansas High can jump out in front, they're going to have a hard time catching up because they're not a passing team.
He said, his defensive lineman, it's going to be a little bit of a learning experience for them. He doesn't want them crashing the line of scrimmage and coming into the backfield. It's more of a stay at home. If you're in the backfield, you've not done your job right.
Right.
Experience will play key into that. But the big defensive line Arkansas High has.
Arkansas High, they played good defense against Texas High almost the whole game.
Yeah.
It was not the defense that was the problem when they played the Tigers. It was the offense. And so Arkansas High defense is pretty darn good, and I think they will show their muscle tonight. When the game was over with Texas High several weeks ago, I talked with Coach Jared Brown. He's an assistant coach, used to play here, played at SAU. He's an offensive assistant coach, and he said the things we were going to work on in the 2 weeks we were off is the touch and the timing between the quarterback, Braylon Bishop, and his receivers. Because that's been their problem. He's a baseball pitcher, going to get a big scholarship to go play baseball. He got a gun for an arm. He's just got to learn how to put that touch on it so that his receivers can catch the football.
Got to learn to finesse it.
You know all about that, Craig.
Absolutely.
Anyway, he does have a big arm, great athlete.
I think he's number 6 recruit in the nation, if I'm not mistaken.
In baseball?
Oh, yeah.
In baseball.
Absolutely.
Really? Number 4 to 6. I think it's 6 in the whole nation.
Yeah, he's going to be a baseball pitcher, and he's going to spend a couple of years playing football, too.
His dad was a great baseball player, and I think his uncle or something like that.
His whole family.
Played. Maybe went to LSU or something like that.
Well, I was talking to Coach Norton. He said they are going to throw it around a little bit. I asked him about the touch, and he said they've worked on it. He said it's kind of a little bit of inexperience on that. Trying to get the ball out quick. He does have a really strong arm. For a receiver, that can be a very difficult catch.
Absolutely.
Someone who can throw the ball as hard as he can.
Yeah, when it's gunned in there and you're not used to it coming that fast, it's hard to adjust, and surely they've had a chance to work on that.
Yeah.
And if they can get that down with Torrey Blair in the backfield, Torrey's a great running back. They just got to have the passing to go along with it so not all the pressure's on him.
Yeah. Well, Bishop's a great athlete. I'm kind of excited to see how he does the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah. Torrey is going to light up. He came in a lot last year when they had some injuries late in the year and did a very, very good job. So we knew that he was going to be the go-to guy this year. And I look for both Torrey and Braylon to have a big night tonight.
Yeah. Go with it.
Torrey has that low center of gravity, really thick down low, and he has really good balance. That's what I've seen out of him. So they can hit him, but he bounces off a lot of tackles, breaks a lot of tackles, and I look for him to have a good night tonight.
Yeah.
What I kind of noticed against Texas High, Texas High has a big offensive line, big defensive line, but Arkansas High didn't look really mismatched against that. They weren't quite as big, but they don't have the depth either.
Right. Well, like we were saying, the defense for Arkansas High held up pretty much all night long, and the offense did a good job. The problem was the touch on the passes. If they could have completed some of those passes, they could have stayed in that game a lot closer than it was.
I think the defense will come out hitting real hard tonight. I think that it's going to take the offense a little bit. 2 weeks off to me sometimes is a negative at the beginning than more than a positive, in my opinion.
Last year was Arkansas High's first year they went down in classification because of numbers, and last year was their first year to play in this conference, and of course they won the conference, and their first conference game was Magnolia last year, and they smashed them. I think it was something like 47-7 or something like that. It was a blowout, but Magnolia added Mark King as their coach this year, and he is 2 years removed from winning a state championship with Foreman. So he is a good coach, and that's why Magnolia is playing better football. And I think it'll be a much closer game than 47-7, although I think Arkansas High in the end will have the better player.
When you say they run the ball, are they running like a wing T, or they run?
I have not seen them. I've just read about them to know that run is just about exclusively what they do. Now, as far as the formation or what they're running, I'm not 100% sure.
Do you think that Arkansas High has been playing definitely a level up in competition to what they're probably going to see tonight?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, with Liberty Ilo and the athletes they have, and then Texas High, you know, all the numbers they've got and the athletes they've got this year, yes, this will definitely be a much more balanced game as far as Arkansas High and their opponent. And like I said, they really should have the talent and numbers over Magnolia.
The thing that I took away from it is Arkansas High is going to definitely have to get their offense jump-started. You don't want to have the defense on the field like they did against Texas High. It's just the defense wore down after being out there so much. So if Braylon Bishop can get the offense moving, buy some time for the defense to get some rest, it should be a close game.
Yeah, Magnolia, they're going to try to hog the clock and keep Arkansas High off the field by running all those runs. And if Arkansas High can stuff them and make them punt the football, that'll be a long night for Magnolia.
I think the key for Arkansas on the offense is to establish the running game themselves to help Braylon out. To me, a quarterback's best friend is the running game.
Absolutely. You got. They need balance. They need balance because they're going to be a balanced team in the end. Like some teams, like Magnolia, they're almost all run, and then you got some that are running passing gun. Arkansas High needs to be balanced, as you said.
But if they can establish that run, it'll allow them to pop a big play downfield. Just because the defense will start to hit inside the box. Once they get up, you hit them deep. Maybe can get an easy touchdown.
Yeah, I think Bishop's going to have a really big game this game. There's too much athleticism. And like you said, they've been playing a level up in competition, in my opinion. And, Magnolia's going to be a great test for them, where do they stand right now as a team. I don't like the 2 weeks off either. I think that's a negative. But, Coach Norton has won state championships, and I haven't. So
well, he didn't want to have 2 weeks off. I know he was scrambling trying to find somebody. There just wasn't anybody out there really to do it. Yeah. And so I guess he just said, okay, we'll take 2 weeks and prepare.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about it a little bit more.
Find yourself in need of emergency care, come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are locally owned with board-certified physicians for all your emergencies. We accept all private insurance. At Texarkana Emergency Center, we have on-site lab, pharmacy, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT. Come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. Real ER without the wait. The next generation of emergency care.
Thanks for staying with us. So, let's get back on Arkansas High. Let's talk about these linebackers. They're going to be the ones tested tonight playing a run-heavy team. Nigel Taylor, Larry Jefferson, Eric Flowers. What do you expect to see, from those guys with such a strong running game from that guy?
I think in particular Larry Jefferson will be a guy to watch. He's experienced. He played a lot last year. I think he'll get a lot of tackles tonight. So Larry Jefferson is somebody I think will have a big night for Arkansas High. And you have to remember, Arkansas High is still pretty young overall. They've graduated a lot of top-notch stars last year. And so the learning curve is still there for some of the young guys, but Jefferson ought to be good.
Yeah. I know they have a great secondary, but tonight's not the night you want your secondary to be having their name called a lot.
Yeah.
The secondary's getting too many tackles, you're in trouble.
Yeah, hopefully not.
This defensive line with Stewart, Harris, Johnson, and Hall, I feel really confident. I don't know a whole lot about Magnolia, but, I know those guys are pretty large young men.
Right, and as we were talking a minute ago off the mic, Arkansas High has got some athletic people on this field. They were just a little over-tested against Texas High because Texas High is so loaded this year. Yeah. But Arkansas High's got the athleticism. They've got the speed, and that should kind of stuff Magnolia's run, I would think.
Yeah.
You know they're going to stack the box. They're going to leave the DBs out there on an island and make them beat them with a pass if they can do it.
That's not going to be a bad thing because Magnolia averages over 300 yards a game rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I wish we knew a little bit, more about Magnolia.
Yeah, last year was the first year they played them, and they were in Magnolia, so I was not at the game. Obviously, I did the PA here. I listened to the game, and Arkansas High just was overmatched them last year. But like I said, I think with the change of coaches, when you get a coach that comes in that had a state championship, he brings some fire into the program, and I think that's helping them.
If they're averaging 300 yards a game rush, and they probably got a pretty good offensive line too.
But I don't think they're going to have 300 yards tonight.
I really do believe Arkansas has been playing a different level of competition than probably what they're going to see tonight. I think that experience is going to pay off really big for Arkansas High. The 2 weeks off, I don't think anybody likes it, but I think it may take them an extra half a quarter.
They'll definitely be fresh.
Yeah, to kind of get the groove, but.
Yeah, it could work either way. I mean, you see some teams that have some time off and they've got those first plays scripted and everything, and they come out and bam, 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 go down the field and score a touchdown. Or you can come out rusty.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, give Coach Norton, what's it been, 21 days since they played? Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't give a coach that's that good that much time to game plan for you. That's another thing. We take that negative, hey, the kids haven't been playing, but I'm sure, he's just got too much experience. I'm sure they've been scrimmaging live, and, they probably hadn't missed a beat. We just say we haven't been able to watch them.
Yeah, right. And Coach Norton is notorious, for having trick plays and things that he pulls out of his closet, I guess. I don't know where he gets them. But he's notorious for having some kind of gadget play, especially when he has a little time to prepare.
Oh, yeah. He'll definitely save those plays to a key moment in the game, and he'll pop them out on you, and they'll get a big play or a possible touchdown off of it.
He's kind of like Coach over at Pleasant Grove, because he'll try just about anything, it seems.
If you want to, I can highlight a couple players for the Magnolia offense. I did look at a little bit of film. I didn't get a chance to look at a lot, but they have a quarterback. His name is also Braylon. It's Braylon Beasley, 6'2". He's a good passer, big physical kid. He can also run the football. And then they have a running back. He's Amir Cooper. He's only 5'7", 180, but he's got good speed, and he will catch the ball out of the backfield, so that'll be something that Arkansas has to keep an eye on. And they also have a bigger running back in DeMarco Walker, 6'1", 200 pounds, good speed, and he'll be trying to run the ball downhill when he's in the game. And on the defensive side of the ball, they've got a really good outside linebacker in Sean Bell, 5'9", 190 pounds. He's a big-time tackler for that defense. And then in the secondary, you have Jakeem Warren, 6'3", 170, played extremely well, plays the ball really good. Last game, he had two interceptions. One of those he took to the house for a touchdown.
Man.
Yeah, the way I look at it is if Magnolia comes out and scores early, they can make a game out of it. They can make, unlike what happened last year. Like we said earlier, if Arkansas High, though, jumps out, that's when the Panthers are going to be in big, big trouble. But if Magnolia scores early, we could have a contest.
And here's the thing that I say. If Arkansas can stop the run, I don't think Magnolia is a big passing team.
No.
So if Arkansas can shut down the run, they can pretty much stop the pass as well. The thing is going to be if Magnolia can stop Arkansas's pass game as well as their run game.
Right. Because they got to look at both of them, pass and run.
If Arkansas shuts down the run, I think they run away with this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
If you're going to be great at something, and obviously it's going to be their rushing attack, and you shut that down, I don't know, why if that's what you're great at, why are you can't be, you know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like a Army football team.
Yeah.
If they can't run, they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
They proved that against Michigan.
They did. Because when they tried to pass it a couple times, it was disastrous.
Man, that was horrible. I felt bad.
They should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have. I was pulling for them.
Did Michigan lose this last weekend?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Plastered.
Most overrated college football team in the NCAA.
Yeah. Well, they do a good job promoting it. So
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I've got a couple more teams that are overrated.
I don't know, man. They lose the teams
Michigan's
every
pretty
year
high on
they
that
shouldn't
list.
lose to. Every year.
I can name one team that is always overrated, and they look really similar to this helmet that's on our stage right now. I'm talking about the college team. Their fans are the worst.
I didn't say that.
I guess they're the best fans ever.
Yeah, that's always good.
Well, you can't tell in Arkansas, a Razorback fan, University of Arkansas Razorback fan, that the Razorbacks are about to be bad. You just can't tell them.
That's how you know you're a fan. You remember when they lose.
In the BCS days, they were going to go to the big bowl game every year. I don't care how bad they were struggling, man.
They're building, though.
What do y'all think? What's going to happen in this A&M Arkansas game tomorrow?
I look for A&M.
A&M's going to run away with it.
Is it going to be a big blowout?
I think so.
You know, I've got where I'm a little bit of an Arkansas fan myself. Coach Traylor's assistant coach there, but I think A&M's got way too much for them right now. I do think if they're patient, I do think Arkansas will build something there.
All right, well, let's go to commercial break real quick. Big time Arkansas fan Tony Langford telling us what he thinks.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting their craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Is your business the best that it can be? Let us take it to the next level with our wide range of professional services.
Media management, digital marketing,
Promotional items,
Geofencing.
artwork, and videography.
Let us help you be seen. We are
TXK Marketing.
we are TXK Marketing.
If you're looking for authentic Cajun-style meats prepared and ready to cook and take home, look no further than Lanyard Specialty Meats. We here at Lanyard Specialty Meats select nothing but premium meats, and we season it to perfection so that you'll have all of Acadiana flavor here in your own home. Come by Lanyard Specialty Meats for all your tailgating needs for this football season or hunting season. Remember, Lanyard Specialty Meats.
Lanyards is an official sponsor and proud supporter of Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome back. We have a new guest with us, Chuck Zach from Leaving the Yard. Big time talent, something us three aren't. But, man, you got thanks for joining us.
Sure, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, so you have some big things going on. I heard y'all are going full-time, so switching to a different, not a different station, but different, I don't even know what you call it, different number?
Yeah, we're doing a different number. Okay. We're in the same building, just a different room. That's basically what they've done to us. And they moved us into what's going to be an all-sports station. So Texarkana is about to have another one of all sports all the time. We'll be CBS Sports, and we're at 107.9 on the dial now. Right now we're on 107.1. We'll move to 107.9.
And you're going to,
stealing the Razorback.
Oh, man.
It must be a Texas High kid.
I told you these Razorback fans are crazy.
Trying to enjoy those helmets.
That was great.
Yeah. Well, so you're also the voice of the Eagles, correct? A&M.
That's what they keep telling me. Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but we're about to start doing Texas A&M Texarkana sports. Actually, my partner Tony Kirk is going to start doing soccer. I guess I'm going to be with him on Thursday, and then we'll do basketball with the first home games on November the 1st. So we're very excited about that.
That's great. I got a chance to tour the facilities at the college the other day. It's really, really nice. I'd never been out there. I didn't realize how nice it was.
They have really upgraded everything they're doing athletics, and that gymnasium, the student center, the whole deal that they're putting together is really going to be top-notch. We're really, really excited. They're putting a lot of effort into this, and I think it's one of the things that Michael Galvan and the folks out there are really focusing on, growing the presence and the footprint of A&M Texarkana. Baseball's one thing, basketball's a whole new deal, and with the kids they've got this year, kids from Arkansas High and Pleasant Grove and Texas High, and I think maybe a Liberty Islo kid on there, they're really going to have maybe the first thing we've got in this city in a long time. It's going to have a chance to bring all four corners of Texarkana playing together in the same building without yelling at each other. They're yelling for each other.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Galvan is really doing big things over there. He's a great guy. My boy played baseball with his son.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this. His boy was a left-handed pitcher from Pleasant Grove this year and killed it in district. Killed it.
I called his no-hitter.
Yeah, absolutely. He threw several one-hitters too.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, meeting with some of the people out there, they really care about these kids. And they've invested so much time and money into that facility, so these kids really, it felt like a big-time college, which it is.
Well, and it wants to be. And I think that's just it. It's growing its footprint. I said that earlier. They started with one building. They've expanded that thing to a larger building. They've added dorms. They've got the student center and the gym. Parking's probably the only issue, and they're going to figure that out eventually. But they are just growing from within their spot. And major college is really a good way to put it. They really are going to be a significant four-year university. That relationship with A&M down in College Station is paying off, and they made a really good decision hiring Michael. And he's been focused with a plan since we've known him since the last 6 or 7 years. And what we've got now is the next part of his vision.
The soccer facility, just looking at the, driving by, not actually being on it, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
That entire area is.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know what I was expecting when I walked into that gym, but that wasn't what I was expecting. It is so much nicer.
Oh, it's nice.
Than any gym you've ever been into. It is really, really nice.
Well, and we're starting the process of trying to figure out other gyms we're going to call games for them. And, some of them, LSU Shreveport, we expect it's going to be a nice facility. Others, I'm not going to name. We're not necessarily sure exactly what we're walking into. So I think we're going to be spoiled being in the Eagles gym.
Yeah. Sound equipment, just everything in there is first class. If you're considering a college, you need to look at A&M in Texarkana. I'm telling you, it's really, really nice.
Hey, talking to Mr. Galvan, too, I like he's trying to get as much homegrown talent as he possibly can in there, too. He's big on the local kids.
Yep. And there's a lot of talent that doesn't go
there's a lot
off
of talent
to school.
in this area,
Well, basketball's never really been a Texarkana thing. It just hasn't. Baseball's always been one, and football has certainly competed, but basketball has just kind of been an afterthought, and I think they're about to change that. I think kids around here are going to see we can play at college here, we can stay close to home, we get an opportunity to play college basketball, where I think for most of them, they never even realized that was a thing. But on that vein, Tuesday morning, Monday night at midnight, they're having a midnight madness out there, which is going to be really the first time. The girls have already been practiced, but the boys are going out to begin practice on October the 1st. So when the clock strikes 12 o'clock, 12:01, they're going to be out there doing a practice for the first time. So it's kind of a cool event coming on. Their coach is going to be on with us Monday afternoon on our show, and we're going to talk up that a little bit.
Yeah, you are right. Basketball has been kind of an afterthought. I'm a huge basketball fan, though. And, man, hey, the highlights that are about to come out of this, it's going to be great.
They offered one of the Harmon boys, didn't they?
Yeah, Aaron Harmon's there.
That's what I thought so.
Well, let's take a step back.
Ladies and
I'm really excited for you
please make welcome
to have a full-time sports show, just all day, 24 hours a day, basically?
Yeah, not me. The station will be. I'm not doing a marathon. We're just going to do the 1 hour. But you're right. We're gonna look at putting in place more programs locally than just the one we have at 5 o'clock. So that's really going to be kind of the anchor of what we're looking to do. But other games, we've got some in town, certainly. There's others out there. So we're looking to be able to provide some a space for some of those, kind of like you guys do, a space for some other things beyond what's already being covered. So we're excited about that, and it gives you an alternative.
Yeah. Man, when I heard that on the radio, I watch you on Facebook. I don't listen to you on the radio. I'm at home normally when y'all are on. So
Advertisers, he didn't mean that. He listens on the radio.
Well, y'all rip your advertisers on Facebook.
Yeah, well, no, we do.
But anyway, I was really happy for y'all.
Well, thanks. We appreciate it.
I love to see good people, good things happen to good people. Really excited for you this A&M. I don't think they could have picked a better duo to help out there. I think y'all are going to do really
well. Our wives have said they could have picked a better duo, but we pretty much agree with you. We think that we're a pretty good duo. We've been doing this for a while. Tony Kirk and I have been doing this for a long time. We called Pleasant Grove Sports for almost 20 years, so we've got plenty of experience doing all of them: baseball, basketball, football. We're ready to go.
Awesome, man. Well, let's do this. Let's go to commercial break real quick. We'll come back and we'll talk about all the area games that are happening. Keep you in the loop for tonight. I've never been able to get into. I know it's popular. We're back. I do love soccer. I'm sorry. Anyway, hey, let's talk about some area games going on. We have some big time games. Texas High is at John Tyler tonight, and Texas High is 3-1. John Tyler is winless, but do not let that fool you. They always have athletes, including a University of Texas commit, playing running back and defensive back, and you can't ever count them out. Now, Texas High is really, really good this year.
Texas High is better than they've been.
Yeah.
They're bigger than they've been. They're more athletic than they've been. They've got a really good running back in Tracy Cooper. I don't know they're going to beat John Tyler tonight. I think John Tyler's record's a little deceiving. The 0-4 is one of the toughest schedules in the state at 5A. I've spent a little bit of time looking at it today, and the way theirs lines out really, really hard. They've, I think, finally settled on a quarterback at John Tyler, too. They've been kind of flipping back and forth. If we saw the Longview game on television, you saw they were a little indecisive at quarterback. They've settled on a different guy at quarterback now, so I think they may be a little settled there. Not so much maybe for Texas High. We'll see.
Well, Tracy Cooper is the star of that offense. I mean, he opens up the passing game, makes everything work. One thing I love about him, he's not a sideline-to-sideline running back.
No.
He finds a hole and he takes it. And, that's getting really rare now if you start watching these high school running backs.
He's a smash-mouth kid. He's hard to take down.
Yeah.
What I like about Tracy is he's not like an average high school running back. A lot of high school running backs, they just want to use speed to get to the outside.
Yeah.
Every play, he'll take it to the outside, but he'll look for that lane and he'll cut it back, kind of like a Le'Veon Bell. He's real patient. That's what I like about Tracy Cooper.
Yeah, it's very rare for me to see him take a run out to a sideline. He gets up and down really, really well. I mean, it's just, I don't know why we're not seeing that as much out of high school running backs. This running to the sideline, trying to get up the field after that, adding that sideline defender. I don't like it, but I love the way Tracy runs.
Oh, he runs it perfect. But we got to give a shout out to that O-line. Eric Poe and those guys up there.
Yeah, man,
they're opening up some holes.
Really good year. Tracy's averaging like 8 yards a carry. That starts at the offensive line. But I'm going to disagree with you. I know John Tyler has played some stiff competition. Texas High's playing really, really well right now.
They are.
That defense.
That's
what's going to keep them in the game.
The defense is doing really well.
Now we'd like to.
I'm ready to see Clayton have a really huge game, like a show-out type game. And, I don't think a team like John Tyler is going to run away from Clayton Smith. It's just not in their DNA.
No, I don't think so either. I think you're right. He's probably going to be the most athletic guy on the field, save maybe the running back you talked about. But I agree with the defensive part of Texas High. The offensive line has been extremely impressive. A couple of years ago, they really struggled there. They could not find big bodies. They've found some big bodies who are pretty athletic now. But I think that team's circling around that defense. I believe that group keeps them in any game no matter what happens offensively. I'm impressed by the inside linebackers. They are just hitters. And that's a thing we struggled to see a couple of years. We just didn't see those kind of headhunter guys who aren't afraid to stick their nose in there. And I don't mean headhunter in a bad way, like you're looking to take somebody out, but they are not afraid to stick their nose in, and that's a big difference from what they've had in the past.
They've got some really great players in the secondary. You've got Fisher, I think it's safety. You got LeJonte Reitner at corner. You've got Arnold, who's got a couple of picks on the season. So when that ball goes up, like we saw here at Arkansas High on that deep ball, beautiful pass, he made a great play on it, got an interception. So expect to see some of that tonight.
Texas High is a lot better than what I thought they were going to be, and I'll be honest with you right now, I think they are an underrated team, and I think they're going to squeak it out. I think they're going to control the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to upset John Tyler.
Well, if they win tonight, then they're in the playoffs, basically. I mean, this is a 5-team district going for 4 spots. If they steal one of those wins tonight, kind of like Sherman did last year against McKinney, they do that with John Tyler tonight, punch their ticket. They're in the playoffs. Awesome. I know it's weird to say in the first week of district, but
I'm taking Texas High in that game. I just can't.
I'm taking Texas High.
I'm taking Texas.
All right, we'll see if you know it better than we do.
I work there. I'm not picking against them. I'm just telling you that
it's going to be a close game.
I think it's going to be a lot more than people think.
Yeah. Let's go to Rockwall at Longview. You know, I'm a big Longview Lobo fan. I can't even fathom away the Rockwall wins tonight.
I'm going to step out there and take Rockwall.
Why?
To lose.
Okay. But Haynes didn't look very good against John Tyler, early, but man, did he finish strong or what?
But they won 42-0?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. He doesn't have to look great anymore. I think they're growing into being this Longview team. Last year's was special. They're growing into being this one. I like Rockwall, but I don't think they're going to win.
Are they undefeated?
Yeah.
Rockwall?
Yeah, Rockwall's 14th in the state. Longview's 4. Some people have Longview at number 1.
Yeah.
But then we have Liberty Ilo is playing Argyle and Sulphur Springs. I want to see every local team do good. I don't want to see Liberty Ilo come out of that game injury-free.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll do pretty good because they started putting it together last week to put up, 38 points and lose real late in the game. Yeah. I think they'll put up some points, but that's just going to be a tough beat for Coach King and the Leopards.
I think Argyle, I think they have a heck of a team. I just think they're going to win by quite a bit. I really do.
Got any other area games you want to go to?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Texas has to turn down a little bit. PG's at Chapel Hill. That's another, I think, one-sided football game right here. If hopefully they can get this thing under control in the first half to get, sit these starters to get ready for Carthage next week. But Chapel Hill's averaging like 50 points a game.
I don't think it's a hopefully. They'll be sitting guys in the second half, early in the second half. Carthage is coming in next week. They may not win 45-0 this week. They'll win this week, and everything's focused. Carthage is off this week. Scott Surratt's staff is sitting up at Tyler Chapel Hill tonight watching the Hawks. I guarantee you they're not going to show anything tonight. They're going to be very vanilla, very white bread, and they're going to win. And a lot of guys are going to sit and get ready for next week.
And that's the thing about Pleasant Grove. Texas High is playing really great football. Pleasant Grove is playing really great football. They can scale it back and still score some points. And that's what they're going to do tonight.
Let's run through these real quick. We got 1 minute. Newton's at Gilmer.
I think Newton, they're number 1, but I think they're a little overrated. They beat West Orange Stark by 1. West Orange Stark beat 2 teams, squeaked 2 wins out. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Gilmer's going to play great defense. I think Gilmer has a chance to upset them. I just think it's going to be a 1-touchdown game either way.
They played Carthage a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, they played Carthage really well.
DeKalb at Queen City.
Wait. Newton. They have the longest winning streak in the state. They're going to come in and remember, Newton's a 3A that played with West Orange Stark. They're going to destroy Gilmer. I think Newton big.
That's what I want to see. I'm not a Gilmer fan.
No, nobody.
I got a buddy who's someplace, but I want to see him do well, but I've just never.
I think
I've
Gilmer
never been down with
Gilmer.
I think it's going to be a close game.
I think they're going to ride the wave from last week. I mean, they played really good.
They did play well last week. Or did Carthage play poorly? I don't know. We'll see next week, I guess, how good Carthage is.
DeKalb at Queen City. I think the DeKalb's going to run off with that one. Redwater at Atlanta. I don't even think we have to pick. Man, Atlanta's really good.
Atlanta's very good.
Yeah, I mean, how about that kicker with that 42-yard field goal? But how about Liberty Ilo's comeback, man? They could have just easily quit.
They could have. Atlanta's good, though. And that's a rivalry thing. If you guys around here, you know Atlanta, Liberty Ilo's from the time they were in district, that's a rivalry thing. It's usually never a blowout. It was surprising it was as big as it was early, but Atlanta's good, and Atlanta's going to give Redwater a fit tonight.
Let's do this. Let's go to a break real quick. We'll come back with Coach Norton and see what he has for tonight.
I'll let him in.
Find yourself in need of emergency care, come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are locally owned with board-certified physicians for all your emergencies. We accept all private insurance. At Texarkana Emergency Center, we have on-site lab, pharmacy, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT. Come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. Real ER without the wait. The next generation of emergency care.
All right, we are back. We got the man, Coach Norton, and we've been over here trying to decide. These guys think 2 weeks off is a bad deal. And I said, you give Coach Norton 2 weeks, he's going to come up with some serious trick plays.
Well, I hope we come up with a play. You know, I tell you the challenge on it was keeping a focus with the kids. You know, they come off of a game, and you got a full week, then another full week, and then you have a week to prepare. So it's really been hard. I think hopefully when we knew their schedule, we sat down and said, well, we can sit around and whine and cry about it if we want to, or we can figure out the best way to use it and make it the best we possibly can. So what we tried to do, was take the first week to really rest, recover, get something done, not stay very much time after school. The next week we went into a regular off-week routine. And worked 3 days after school. We have a certain system, the way we've done it for forever now. And then this week's been all about preparation. The beauty of it is tonight we're playing an option football team, and the extra time is great for us. So we got to spend a couple extra days in an open week to work on that specifically. Now here's the thing that me old can tell a young coach. If you go work on it too long, you'll lose your kids' attention. So we put it in a couple of days in an open week. And then we hit it hard this week. So hopefully we have it prepared. Hopefully we're ready to defend it. So it's always good to get some extra work when you're playing an offense like that you don't see very often.
Do you think the time off is going to help you? That way your players are rested. They'll come out and be able to play fast?
You know, that's the plan. Hopefully what we're going to do is we're going to play better. We're going to improve it. I hope the time hasn't given us I hope we don't have any rust we have to knock off.
Yeah.
And I think our kids obviously have to be hungry to go play. I know it's just exciting coming back out on the field with some people in the stands and everything, because we've been coming out here every day doing it, and it hasn't been much fun. So hopefully we'll go out and have fun today.
You guys are facing a pretty good rushing team. Mm-hmm. Have you guys really focused on stopping the run this week?
Yeah, it's all about the run. It's the old wishbone. If y'all remember the old wishbone, for y'all that are old enough, the old wishbone offense, all they've done is they brought the slots up tight at the line of scrimmage, put them in the slot, and then they'll put them in motion to create the wishbones. All it is, but it allows you to have 4 quick receivers out of it also. So you're kind of getting a little bit of the old run and shoot philosophy in the passing game, but it's all about the option. Option football is all about responsibility, about great eye discipline, about seeing what it is. The guy blocks down, you got to go take the first threat. So if I'm a defensive end, quick deal, he blocks down, I got to go take the dive. He bases, I got to stay on the quarterback. So everybody's got to work through all those things, and what they're doing in the box is they're seeing how you're doing it, and there's always a load blocker in everything. If we don't have somebody inside the load, somebody outside the load, they're going to make big plays today. So we've got to make sure we're great in the discipline and we're physical up front. You got to stop the thing from the inside out. We've got to stop it with the dive, quarterback, pitch in that order.
So, Coach Bishop, he looked like he was, didn't have a really great touch in that Texas high game. What have y'all kind of worked on with him these last 21 days?
Well, I think with quarterbacks, number one, there's trying to do too much. A lot of times. And the thing that I think we found, I think we have 7 or 8 guys that can go play wide receiver right now. The problem is everybody's repping. And what you're doing, you're not building any continuity with the receiver. So it's not always his fault. There's so many things that go into the wide receiver quarterback relationship that they build that I think we've tried to figure some of that out and get more reps, more quality reps of those things. Some guys are going to run routes just a little different. So the anticipation of when the ball needs to get thrown is important. So hopefully some of that's worked out. I think the more we play in games, the better you'll be.
Have you ever had an interview where they're playing Baby Shark in the background?
I didn't know Baby Shark, but no.
Kids are getting it behind us.
Oh.
Well, Coach, man, we know you need to get back with your team. We'll let you get to it. We'll go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll holler at you post-game.
I'll be here.
Right, best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Have a great day. Find yourself in need of emergency care, come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are locally owned with board-certified physicians for all your emergencies. We accept all private insurance. At Texarkana Emergency Center, we have on-site lab, pharmacy, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT. Come see us at Texarkana Emergency Center. Real ER without the wait. The next generation of emergency care.
We're back. Man, let's get back into some of these area games. Kilgore's going to be at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's kind of having a down year this year. I don't see a way Pittsburgh wins that game unless you know something I don't.
No. Kilgore's going to win that big.
How about New Boston and Jefferson? Jefferson's got a really tough team.
I think Jefferson's going to take that game. New Boston hadn't won a game yet this year, have they?
They haven't. They didn't win any last year. They're getting closer. They almost beat Carlisle last week. I don't think they're going to be able to deal with Jefferson, but they're getting close. Coach Walsh is really doing a nice job of turning that thing around, but it is it's like turning an oil tanker. It's a long, slow turn.
It's turning in the right direction.
Yep.
It's turning.
They're a good team, but I do think they're going to lose that one.
You know, one of my favorite teams since we've kind of been covering is Hooks. Hooks and Paul Pewitt. I don't know what's going on out there, but big hits every week and just big plays constantly coming out of there.
And a good ground game.
Oh, yeah.
They have a really good running back.
Big lineman. That's what's going on at Paul Pewitt. Big lineman.
Did you see they made the helmet change with our guy making our helmets?
Really? Great gold.
Great gold. Really nice helmets. Well, our sticker we posted earlier is going to be a really cool Texarkana Game Day helmet, so I guess I'll let the cat out of the bag on that. Let's talk a little bit of college football real quick while we have some time. Who do y'all have number one right now?
By far, Syracuse. Clemson. Clemson. What do you say?
He said Syracuse.
Clemson. I'm thinking about the orange.
I got Clemson.
It's so difficult for me to not. It's like I've gotten so used to saying Alabama.
It can't be Alabama. They're starting, I think, 4 freshman defensive linemen.
You know who surprised me more than anybody? I thought Ohio State would go down a little bit with Urban Meyer gone. I think they look better.
They always have a good team.
How about Ohio State offering Landon?
I'm not surprised. I think anybody's worth their salt at college football is recognizing this is a big kid with a big frame. It's going to be a big upside college football player.
Yep,
if you don't offer him, you're in trouble. I think you have to offer him.
Yeah. So, you remember, you saw Torrey Phillips. That's the first up from Arkansas. Man, they're probably going to start flowing in for him. He's a large kid.
They're getting plenty of, there's plenty of exposure to these PG kids. There's going to be a lot more folks. Landon and Marcus are bringing in coaches from the outside who are looking around going, okay, well, we may not can get those guys. What about that guy?
Yeah.
Nick Martin. Nick Martin's going to be one of those.
Next week, they're definitely going to get a lot of exposure. Against Carthage, all those kids are getting all the exposure they want.
Yeah. Well, there's some pretty intriguing talk about coaches that are going to be there Friday night, college football coaches. I mean, you land there and get a chance to see a lot of talent.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch on film.
I'm going to have to make sure I'm looking my best.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I have a little bit of eligibility.
We're going to try to get some of them on the show. We'll see what happens. But, all right, let's talk about Texas, Tony.
They're off this week.
I still want to talk about it. I can't come on here and not talk about the Longhorns.
Texas got a great offense. Secondary young, struggling. Got a good defensive line, but they couldn't guard me out there.
They got some East Texas playmakers out there. Montreal Estelle had a pick last week.
Yeah.
He played good. A guy named Adamura came in and had a big play to break up a touchdown. So they recruit secondary real heavy at Texas, because for a couple of times I was like, why are we getting so many DBs? But now you see why they need all those DBs.
They got the athletes. They're just young. They're just newly on the field, man.
Well, injuries.
You got all the connections.
The injuries have killed that secondary. Yeah. When they see Oklahoma, we'll see, because they're going to be plugging guys in who weren't supposed to be starters week one. They've got 3 or 4 that are done for at least the next 4 weeks, and one I think it's done for the year. They're going to really be challenging the depth you mentioned, to be honest with you. I think Oklahoma's going to really expose what's left of that Longhorn secondary.
They've got it. They still got some DBs we haven't even seen yet.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that there's athletes at every position in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, do they have experience? I think it's probably what
they're young. Sophomores, freshmen.
Go ahead.
I was just saying they have a lot of sophomores and freshmen.
I also think Ethinger's a great leader. He worries me a little bit when he has to pass. I worry about that a little bit.
No, he's a great passer. If you look at his maturation from his freshman year to his sophomore year,
I agree with that.
To this year, man, he is lights out, totally different. I think he threw his first interception last week. I mean, he's true enough. He doesn't stretch the field a lot, but when he does, he's a lot more accurate than he was his freshman year.
I'll agree with that part.
I still can't get over these goal line stands against LSU. Just cannot get over it.
Why not?
It was just hard to watch.
It's just one of those. The ball was a little high.
I'm not just talking about the drop catch. I mean, just they had 2 back-to-back. Just LSU had 2 goal line stands against Texas.
Well, here's
it was
my
like,
thing.
Who's better from a yard?
Here's my thing. I've never liked for a team to get to the goal line and line up in shotgun. So basically, you're running a play from the 7 or 8 yard line.
I also don't like running to the sideline to sideline when you're running against a fast defense.
How about
and they're all stacked in close anyway.
I mean, you got a big quarterback.
Right.
Take it up the middle.
Texas is off this week, but we got a big game with Texas Tech and Oklahoma.
Is that even a big game right anymore?
If you're a Tech fan, I've got a buddy that plays for Tech.
Hey, nice.
If you're a Tech fan, I don't think you want to watch it this week.
Because Bowman's out. Their starting quarterback's out. So,
what do you think about this LSU-Alabama matchup when they play? LSU's looking really good.
I'm going to take LSU.
You think they'll both come in undefeated?
I don't know. You're asking a couple weeks down the road yet. I'm not ready. I don't know. I mean, Burrow gets hurt and everything's over. Tua gets hurt, everything. I'm not
everybody
Nostradamus and out. Yeah, everybody healthy. I think LSU actually has a chance to win this time.
I think LSU's the better team.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because of how well the offense is playing.
And the quarterback.
Yes, I was going to say, how long has it been since we've seen a great quarterback at LSU?
Never. Great. That's 2 greats. I don't know. When's the last time we had a great quarterback at LSU?
Well, when LSU played.
It depends if you called Jamarcus Russell a great quarterback.
No.
When LSU played Texas, man, I was expecting the same vanilla offense. I didn't know they had changed it up. Yeah. All of a sudden they come in there throwing the ball everywhere. I was like, man, where did this come from?
It's definitely working. I think they put up, 60 points last week?
Who did they have last week?
I don't know, but they got 60 points put up on them.
Man, what are we going to do with Arkansas?
What do the fans want to do with Arkansas? Probably those who are so tired of being beaten down. I mean, if you live in a city like Texarkana where you get to hear from Aggie fans and Longhorn fans and LSU fans and your team's the one that keeps losing, you're probably ready to make a change. And I think ultimately that loss last week to San Jose State, that's the kind of gets you fired. I mean, seriously, that's the loss that gets you fired. If you don't pull up something that nobody expected, you win in a game against an LSU or you beat an Auburn, then you can have that, because they haven't won an SEC game, and that's a problem.
I'm saying it here. If Arkansas wants to win, insert John Stephen Jones. That is my boy.
Well,
probably insert him anyway after this 5 interceptions.
I don't know. I'm just like, give him a chance because he was an amazing high school football player.
And I think he gets it now that they're going to be out of bowl contention. And that was always my thing. They were afraid to throw him we'll ruin a bowl chance if we throw him in there. Now that they've lost to Ole Miss and San Jose State, they're probably there now. And I think you're right. I think if they don't show well against A&M, I think he's on the field next week.
I mean, you got to give him a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, there's nothing to lose. It's kind of like the Giants situation with Eli Manning. I mean, I don't know if Jones is a better quarterback. I think that's a tough argument to make for Eli, but was it time to make that decision? Yes. Speaking of that, I hate the way they did Eli.
You hate the what?
I hate the way they did Eli. They should have let him retire last year.
No, I don't. It's the business. And if you feel like that's not the guy gives me the best chance, you got 52 other guys in the locker room. You got to tell them, no, this is our best chance. And if everybody realizes it's not, then that's the business, and it's the next guy's turn.
Here's the way I look at it. For a few years, it was definitely the Giants' offensive line causing them to lose.
Yep.
But once you got Saquon Barkley and some help, and then you still go out there and you bum and lose games, it's time to make a change. Yeah. No matter what he did in the past, it's all about what you did lately.
I always just feel bad for a guy that's worked somewhere forever, and just gets like I felt really bad for Tony Romo.
What have you done for me lately?
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but that's the nature of the beast, and they all know it.
Yeah.
They all, and again, you as a coach can't look at the other guys and say, but he's been here for a long time. But coach, we're not winning. My postseason check's coming from if we get in the playoffs, and if that guy's he's costing me money.
Yeah.
And I think as a coach of an NFL team, you got to think about that.
Hey, how about Daniel Jones? Period, though, man. He looked. They didn't like the pick. He looked great, though.
Player of the week.
Did.
He was player of the week last week.
That's what you call stepping up.
Yep.
Lit it up in preseason, too. I know that don't mean anything, but
we're jumping all over the place right now. Let's get back on high school topic here. I've never seen what just happened behind us on camera here. We got all these kids out here doing, I don't even know, what do you call that? Gymnastics?
Dancing.
Dancing. Heard some Baby Shark.
Oh, yeah.
Good times, good
I was
times.
looking for left shark. We didn't see any left shark.
Oh, I know. That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing for this poor left shark. We had somebody try to put the helmet on mid-show. It's been wild so far.
There you go.
Regular old college game day style.
Wild hogs.
Let's do this. Take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, handcrafted stone is our passion, and we ensure our customers receive the quality they deserve. We stand by our word, we stand by our products, services, and work that we do. Our team of experienced craftsmen and product experts have been perfecting their craft of fabricating and installing stone since 1998. Visit the Design Center at Red River Lumber to see the many beautiful stone options available for your next project.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Is your business the best that it can be? Let us take it to the next level with our wide range of professional services.
Media management, digital marketing,
Promotional items,
Geofencing.
artwork, and videography.
Let us help you be seen. We are
TXK Marketing.
We are TXK Marketing.
If you're looking for authentic Cajun-style meats prepared and ready to cook and take home, look no further than Lanyard Specialty Meats. We here at Lanyard Specialty Meats select nothing but premium meats, and we season it to perfection so that you'll have all of Acadiana flavor here in your own home. Come by Lanyard Specialty Meats for all your tailgating needs for this football season or hunting season. Remember, Lanyard Specialty Meats.
Lanyards is an official sponsor and proud supporter of Texarkana Game Day.
We're back. We're going to talk about some high school games again this week. We were just kind of talking off camera about this Newton-Gilmer game. And They're playing the national anthem right now. Let's hold on real quick.
Well, they're making their way out to the
making
field.
their way out. I apologize.
Yeah. I guess we can talk about it just low.
We are back on. That's great. National anthem there. But, man, we have a ton of kids over here waiting for the players to run out. A really neat scene. But let's get back to this Gilmer Newton real quick. I know Newton's ranked number 1 in 3A Division I, but as bad as I don't want to say Gilmer's going to win, I can't pick against him.
Yeah, and you know, Newton is dominant in 3A football. I think in 4A they're barely top 10. Now, I think they're a great team. I'm not taking nothing away from them, but I think the Newton-Gilmer game, I think Gilmer's got – they held Carthage, to 24 points? Yeah. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it can go either way.
I really do believe Gilmer plays next level competition. Kind of like what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if the number 1 ranked team in 3A beats a Gilmer.
Like I said, I think Gilmer playing that really good game against Carthage last week is going to set them up to play really well against this team right here. And I'll give them a slight edge.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
PG at Carthage, I just can't fathom, other than maybe the players looking ahead, that this game isn't over in the third quarter.
That's going to be a tough game.
But Chapel Hill scores so many points. They're averaging over 50 points a game.
Yeah, they're not going to do that with Pleasant Grove.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it goes without saying. But, you know, you get a scare tactic where, you know, you don't want to take your first team out because you don't want to give them an opportunity to come back.
I still got Pleasant Grove by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying Pleasant Grove's going to win, and I think way bigger than 2 touchdowns, but it's just how quick can they get their first team out? Because, man, I want to see 2 of the best teams
you say
in 4A football.
By 2 touchdowns against Carthage?
No, I mean, I got them by at least 28.
Against Carthage?
No, not against Carthage.
Oh, against Chapel Hill.
I don't know. I'm going to have to sit down and look at this PG Carthage because I can't imagine it's not going to be a really evenly matched game.
It's going to be a tough.
Texas High at John Tyler. You know, Chuck said something interesting that John Tyler's been playing some really, really good competition. You know, but man, he has a valid point.
They'll play
it's kind of like that Liberty Islo.
They'll play some tough competition.
I'm telling you, I think
tonight.
Liberty Islo is going to make the playoffs. They're just playing a really tough schedule.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we said we'd find out what happened against Atlanta, what kind of football team they were. Atlanta's a top 5 football team in the state of Texas in 3A Division I. And LE's going to win some football games in this district. And if they can get into the playoffs, which I think they will, their schedule's going to be easier.
LE struggles starting out every year because of their schedule. They get in there, they win district games, and they make the playoffs. And to be honest with you, their playoff games are easier than their out of district games.
Yeah. So John Tyler, you know, let's say he has, you know, valid point, and that he talks sports all day, so he probably knows what he's talking about. Not probably, I know he does. With John Tyler, let's say playing a tougher schedule. Man, Texas High, I just can't find a glaring weakness anywhere.
Like Clayton Smith said.
And they scheme so well.
Like Clayton Smith said, he's like, they just got each other's back, you know. So John Tyler will have to come out, but they're going to face a really good defense.
I tell you, last night we were out at a JV, the JV game. We weren't really covering the JV game, talking to some of the players and coaches. And, man, they have so much going on at Texas High right now. It's unbelievable. They just signed that deal with Ford, so their students are now going to be able to train, train to be like Ford mechanics and work their way up in that particular industry, which is huge. I've never heard of anything like that.
No, Texas has a great program academically, athletically, just a great place to go to school.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard, they have this thing called Adopt an Athlete. On Thursdays, evidently it's a thing they've been doing for a while. These athletes go to the elementary schools and talk to pre-K kids and kind of just hang out with them, kind of like the big brother, big sister thing. Athletes, cheerleaders, everybody. I've never heard of anything like that.
Today was the first I heard of it, and you're the one that reported it. So that's today's first time I heard of it. That's actually awesome.
I'm telling you, we're going to do a story on that in the next couple of weeks.
That's going to be a really good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, when he was talking about it, I was just blown away by it because we thought it was something totally different. We thought it was like a fundraiser.
I thought they were like raffling off athletes or something to raise money. I mean, that's what I thought it was. When he explained what it was like, wow. We're going to do a feature on that in the next couple of weeks. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
That's character building if I've ever seen it. They're doing so much that it has nothing to do with football and building character with these young men. And spending a little bit more time with Coach Stanford and Superintendent Morton yesterday. I trust my kids with them in a heartbeat.
Well, they're investing in the young kids, and that's where it starts. It starts in the elementary, junior high. Best thing you can do is invest in the kids in your community.
The thing about TISD is they put out kids with a lot of character. Look at me.
Who knew you were going to go into the news world? Anyways, real quick, give us the weather report, speaking of news.
Well, now that the temperatures have finally subsided here in the Arklatex, it's a beautiful night for football. The Arkansas Razorbacks will be taking on the Magnolia Panthers.
That's right. Man, I don't want to just get ahead, but how excited are y'all about next week?
I'm pretty excited. Like I said, that's
the biggest game of the year, absolutely.
Arguably the biggest game in the state that week, if not one of the biggest games in the country.
100%. Biggest game of the week in the state of Texas.
And the thing about it, Coach Gibson is going to have them ready to go full tilt, heart and soul.
I can't wait to hear that pregame speech.
Yeah.
That's going to be wild. But, hey, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll be back at halftime. We'll give you the full halftime show. And then post-game, we'll be done a little bit earlier here since we have a 7 p.m. kickoff. But we'll stay alive long enough to get all the scores from all the other local teams tonight. And well have some on-the-field reporting from other games this evening, actually.
I'll be here. And I'll still be here.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you at halftime.
The left guard, number 70. Green. That wide receiver, number 81, DeMarquez Davis. And at receiver, number 4, Tylee Green. That's the starting lineup for your Arkansas High Razorbacks.
Boy, do they ever. But what an amazing shot. Who's nervous? I am. I hate it. Count of 3, raise your hand. Who's nervous? 1, 2, 3. This is the worst part. They work hard all season. Yeah, I know. Pleasant Grove is pretty cool with it. They're mean. They're mean. Yeah. They're hogs. I get scared every time I see them. No. Don't get scared. I don't get scared. I'm depending on you to be brave. You got the skirt on. You see their feet moving and you got to go. As soon as I see them turn around, I'm like, right now they're turning around. Brady and Brady. cheerleaders are scared. It's all for the shot, man. It's all for the shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some honorary captains for tonight's coin toss. From cheer, Jada Lloyd. From the red line, Haley Griffin. From cross country, Michael Roberts and Sierra Watson. From golf, Chris Roberts. From tennis, Keyshawn Cornelius and Charlie Wren. And from volleyball, Fortunate Berry. Our referee for tonight, back judge is Kyle Stevens. The line judge, Rodney Rowland. And linesman, Kurt Below. The umpire, Glenn Waits. And our referee tonight, Alvin Smith. Has won the toss and will receive.